Hello everyone, we're back again with another tapping. This time we are going to focus on tapping for the opposite showing up. So if you're trying to manifest a new reality and all you're seeing is the exact opposite of what you want and it is triggering you, so most likely you have searched YouTube and you found this video, and so we're going to use some tapping to tell your nervous system to calm down and to reset on that particular topic, the topic of the opposite showing up. But before we get into the tapping, I want to talk about why this happens and what possibly could be causing it to show up in your reality. Now, of course, this is a law of assumption based, so we're not talking about law of attraction or any of that stuff. We're just gonna have a little chat. So why does this happen and what could be causing it? Now, I've written some notes down here, so if I keep looking down, it's because I've got my notes down here, if you haven't already watched a video of mine. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is that, so your assumptions, your stories are what manifests in your reality, along with your thoughts and beliefs and yada, 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 right? But it's mostly your stories, the stories of you, the stories of other people. This is what's nothing in your reality could be there without a story, right? So one of the reasons why you could be getting opposite behavior, or rather you've had opposite or seen opposite show up and it's still not changing, it might be because what you're doing is you're looking out into the 3D reality. You're seeing the opposite show up. I keep saying opposite behavior, but I don't mean that. I just mean the opposite of whatever you want. It's because I just did the hot and cold video earlier today and I'm still thinking hot and cold behavior. So I'm getting, my mind's a little muddled. Okay, and I did talk, and it's very similar in that video as well, where I talked about the fact that what you're doing is you're looking out into your 3D reality. You're noticing this happening, so you're noticing that it's the opposite of what you want. You're labeling it as the opposite of what you want, and by labeling it, it means you're giving it a story. So suddenly you have taken on this story, this self-concept of I am getting opposite behavior. Now, I don't know how much you know about manifestation, but of course we do like I am statements, your self-concept. I am whatever you want to be. So if you're seeing the opposite behavior, opposite showing up, then you're saying I am seeing opposite behavior. I did do a tapping quite a bit ago now. I think it was probably maybe a month or two, about no movement, and it's very similar to that as well, where you're viewing the 3D, you're seeing no movement, labeling it as no movement, and therefore taking on the assumption that I have no movement. And really, you shouldn't be letting the 3D dictate whether you have something or not. You shouldn't let the 3D have power over your manifestations. What you should be doing is seeing it and going, okay, and it doesn't change. It doesn't change whether I'm going to get my manifestation or not. I know that I have it, because if you have it internally in the 4D, then you have it. Stop labeling the behavior out there, because all it's doing is actually just manifesting more of it and more of it. Okay, I have rambled a bit about that now, and I hope that was clear. Also, on the same topic is another thing that I did also talk about in the hot and cold video, is that generally when this happens, some of you, not all of you, of course, because you have seen the opposite showing up, because you have labeled it as the opposite showing up, you have then gone into manifestation groups or talk to your manifestation buddies or your friends about this, and you're like, you keep talking about it and thinking about it. I'm getting opposite. What can I do? Why am I getting opposite? and you're just feeding it energy. Every time you think about the things that you don't want, you're feeding them energy. Talking about it, asking questions about it, you're feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop all of this cycle. Now, I'm assuming that if you are watching this video, you've clicked on it because you are experiencing some sort of opposite of whatever you're wanting in your reality, whether it be money, whether it be an SP thing or a job or whatever, right? Now, moving on from that, there could be another reason for the opposite showing up. And what happens is that when you start manifesting a brand new reality, so you've become aware that you want something. Let's say, for instance, that you want someone to call you or text you. And so you've decided that from today, I'm going to persist in the assumption that this person is going to text or call you. And the first thing you see within, say, maybe a few days or something, is them blocking you. And you're like, what the? Why would that happen? And then suddenly you're in these manifestation groups and you're like, well, I don't understand. Why did he block me? Or why did she block me? Why I'm trying to get, them to call me and now they're blocking me. But don't you see that is movement? Blocking doesn't mean anything. People only block you when they really care about you. So what's actually happening is that the energy is moving and you just have to keep persisting with what you're doing because it's working. It's working. You just see it and just go, oh, okay, it must be working. And then just keep going. And then, of course, they'll unblock you and then they'll message you because that has happened. Where was I? You can liken the energy moving to and the metaphor or analogy of, say you've got a glass of water and it has mud in it. And you know how the mud settles down the bottom of the glass. And then if you start pouring in fresh water, which is your affirmations or whatever technique that you use, and you start putting the new water in, it's going to stir it all up. And that mud that's on the bottom is going to start coming up to the top. And you keep pouring the new water in and keep pouring the new water in, and it slowly comes up and out, and then you've got nothing left but clear water. It's the same thing with the opposite showing up. Ignore it because it's just old energy that's playing out and it'll eventually leave. So that was a very big ramble. For the fact is that you notice it, you go, okay, it's just energy leaving. Old stories or old beliefs all playing out. It doesn't mean anything because everything is empty and meaningless, and you get to apply the meaning. And that's it. It's done. So without further ado, we're going to start the tapping. Now again, I'm going to come back to this video after I've uploaded it and I will put tapping starts at, so you don't have to go through all the ramble again if you wanted to do this more than once. Let's start with your number. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about how much this topic, so this opposite showing up, is actually triggering you. How much is this triggering you right now? Between 1 and 10, and you might want to say, I don't know, maybe 6. Don't think about this too much. Like literally the first number that comes to mind without your mind getting involved, that's the correct answer. And then once you're ready, we're going to start tapping on the karate chop point. So we do 3 setup statements on the karate chop point, and then we go through the points. First, we go through all the emotions about how it's making us feel, and we get them out. And basically we're resetting yourself. And then what we do is we start letting go. I'm choosing to let go. I'm choosing to release all the stuff. And then right at the end, we put in the powerful statements that you want to go in. So let's start again. If you've got your number, let's go. All right. Now, don't forget that I'm going to be looking down. And of course, I have my eyes closed because sometimes I'm feeling into the words, and you should be doing the same thing. You don't have to repeat. You can repeat, but as long as you're thinking about that topic, thinking about how it makes you feel as I'm talking, that's good enough. All right. Try again. I have no idea how long this has gone on for because it doesn't come up with the time. All right. Even though I am seeing the exact opposite of my manifestation right now, I am still choosing to love and accept myself anyway. Don't forget to breathe. Even though I am feeling so discouraged because of what I'm seeing in the 3D, I'm choosing to honor how I feel, and I'm choosing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have created this reality of the opposite showing up, and I have no idea how I did it. Well, now I might, but back then I didn't. I still choose to love and accept myself completely. Moving to the top of the head. I don't know what I did to create this. I feel so discouraged. You see, insert your word about how it makes you feel. I feel so disappointed in myself. I feel disappointed with what I'm seeing. I feel so disheartened. I feel powerless. I'm starting to question whether I can manifest. Under the arm. I'm starting to question whether I'm even doing this right. Top of the head. I mean, how can I be doing it right if I'm seeing the opposite? I am feeling so confused right now. I mean, why? Why am I getting the opposite? I just don't understand. But maybe it is time to start seeing this differently. Maybe it's a possibility that it's just old energy playing out. It's maybe just old beliefs having their time in the sun. And if I keep persisting, things will change. We can do that one for a change. It doesn't matter which way you do all the points. Top of the head. Maybe if I just turn my attention away from what I'm seeing, then I won't give it power anymore. It's time to detach from what I am seeing. Because I am the creator of my reality. I get to decide what things mean. I have decided that I am giving this the meaning of old energy leaving. And as I keep persisting, what I am seeing in the 3D will change. It has no choice. It has to. Because I am that powerful. It's time to stop giving my power away to the 3D. I am choosing from now on to let go of this old story. The old story that is playing out in the 3D. I'm choosing to not even acknowledge it anymore. I'm no longer that person anymore. I don't get the opposite showing up anymore. That's my old story. That's not who I am anymore. I am choosing to step into the version of me that's a powerful creator. A powerful creator that doesn't have 3D doesn't have power over me. I'm going to stand firm like a concrete pole. That's my favorite one. And I'm only going to focus on my end until it shows up. I am completely detached from the 3D now, because I am the powerful creator. I am a powerful creator. I get to choose what everything means. And stop and breathe. All right, think about that opposite that's been showing up. Give yourself a number between 0 and 10. Has it gone down? If it hasn't gone down enough, do another round, except use the words about how it's making you feel. Tap them out. It's making me feel this way. I'm choosing to let this go. Do another round. I'm choosing to let this go now. I'm choosing to step into the new story now. Every time something triggers you in your reality, come back to tapping. I'm letting this go. I'm choosing to let this go. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. I hope this has helped. I intend that this has helped you. I do have a big, long list of all the tapping I want to do. There's probably at least 100 on it. But if you have something specific that you think that would help a general audience, I don't mean like you personally, feel free to leave your comments underneath, and of course I will read it. And until next time, have an awesome day and get your shit.